Really random, but do you remember the Yu-Gi-Oh card Pandemonium?
No!
Okay, it was...
And also, why'd you even think of that?
Because you said Pandemonium.
Clear to engage enemy personnel.
So I just thought of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay, I got him.
Actually, I think it was called Pandemonium Bear or something like that.
Oh, it was the Panda Bear one?
That guy.
I don't remember what it...
Can I take that down? That's like Spider-Man's enemy from The Amazing Spider-Man.
Cool.
Oh, wait, actually, it's his greatest ally. Never mind.
Oh, I was going to ask you this question.
Do you
Okay.
remember that scene?
I do, yeah.
On those guys.
It's one of my favorite Spider-Man scenes. So who is your favorite... Is your favorite Spider-Man Tobey Maguire?
Yes, but
Okay.
it's close.
Okay, if you... who's it close with? Tom?
Andrew.
Oh, Andrew? Is Tom Holland your least favorite Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he yours?
Mine's probably Tobey. They're all
Oh.
they're all so close to me, though.
I never understood why you didn't like Toby as much as me. Maybe it's
I
just
don't know.
because you were a little younger and you
Well, I don't know.
you didn't grow up as much with those movies as I did.
I kind of grew up with the Amazing Spider-Man movie.
Right.
Because I watched the first 3 Spider-Man movies, like, once. Oh, nice. What'd you do for the trophy?
Might have been within 2.
Killed 2
Oh,
enemies
nice.
by blowing up a car.
Cool. Yeah, so I didn't really... And then I watched them a little later on, obviously. And now I've seen them many times, but...
Enemy personnel closing on the LZ.
So it wasn't that you hated him, you just
I just didn't really grow up with them. That's the thing.
The LZ.
I've always loved Andrew Garfield, though. I think he's always been my favorite Spider-Man.
So wait, I had a question for you. Why do you like the X-Men movies as much as you do?
Enemies crossing the field.
Because those were coming out before the Spider-Man. Tobey
Yeah,
Maguire.
right.
And I would argue the first probably few of them had a lower budget, even, than Spider-Man got.
Back on the other guy.
Are
So
you
I'm not-
talking specifically the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man?
Yeah, I'm saying, like, what makes you connect with the X-Men movies more in terms of, like, why are you not as into Tobey Maguire Spider-Man,
Right.
but you like those X-Men movies a lot?
I think it's probably because I like the characters in those X-Men movies a little better than Spider-Man.
Oh, really? You're
Like,
not the hugest Spider-Man guy in general?
Oh, that's blinking? Like, I like Spider-Man a lot,
I thought
but...
that was an enemy. I guess I'm gonna be honest with you here. I'm gonna look like an absolute fucking brain dead moron. I can't always see the strobe light.
Right, yeah.
Do you want to do this? You do this. I
Yeah,
feel
sure,
like I
I
just
don't know.
suck at it.
I don't know.
I feel like I'm just terrible at it.
Okay, I can try.
On the LZ.
Press square. Is it easier to see with the other mode?
Um,
Millimeter in the vicinity of the LZ.
no, I don't think so.
No.
No, actually, kind of. I don't know. I don't really like it.
I don't either.
I don't know. Like, I like Spider-Man a lot, but
Clear to engage.
I think for me,
Crew, be advised.
I probably connect with the X-Men movies more because
They're about
I like
racism.
a little, yeah.
Like
I like a
racism.
little more of the characters.
Mhm.
For example, Cyclops is in my top 5 favorite superheroes.
But he's
And
not.
same with Nightcrawler.
But he's not much of a character in those movies.
Not
He's only
in
really
the
first
originals, but I really like him like the young Cyclops.
movie. Oh, in the reboots.
In Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix and stuff like that. I really like him.
I thought he was actually very good in Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
So I really like Cyclops. I've always loved Nightcrawler, so I love X2 a lot.
He was
And
good
it's
in
mainly
X2.
because of Nightcrawler. Like, I really like him.
Then Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix.
How do you zoom in it again?
Why?
Okay.
triangle,
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah.
Wasn't he in Dark Phoenix as well? Or was he just in Apocalypse?
Nightcrawler?
Yeah.
Nightcrawler was in Dark Phoenix.
Okay. I would have loved to have seen more movies with that young cast.
Yeah, same.
Good job, everyone.
It's
So-
a shame that Hugh was done when he was, and then the Disney deal and stuff at the time kind of made it so that we didn't really get to see much more of that.
I know. I wanted to see Hugh Jackman with the MCU. Like, I wanted to see him in, like, the Avengers.
Well, you're probably going to see him in Deadpool 3 at least.
Right, yeah.
So, obviously, but I don't know beyond that, like, what they're going to do.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to actually see if they incorporate him more. I wouldn't be surprised if he was in Secret Wars.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think he probably would be.
Well, yeah, he's like 6 years old
Done.
at this point.
Yeah. I think it's just a big fan service thing now.
Right,
Which I'm fine with, because I love him. As long as it's not poorly written, I don't care.
right.
If they somehow wrote it bad, I'd be upset.
I don't think it will be.
No. DJ Khaled? They're after DJ
Oh,
Khaled?
DJ Cat. We the best music.
We the best terrorists.
Jeez, my throat.
Do you need to be done?
How many more missions do we have?
I don't know, it's not a long game.
Let's do one more mission, then we can be done. Hopefully by next week, I won't have throat cancer anymore.
Yeah, when are you off next week? Because you work every day this week.
I work every day next week.
What? Why don't they hire more people at this place?
Well, this is because I picked up extra work at my other job.
Oh.
So I only have the next 2 Mondays off. Or I did, I should say. And then I agreed to work both.
Oh. I feel like you shouldn't have agreed to work both if you worked every other day.
Right.
Did you need more money because of the house?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
And I'll probably have to get another job, actually.
Really? Because of the house?
It's a lot of money.
Okay, wait. No, I'm not trying to be mean. Did you guys buy outside of your means here? Did you buy above your...
We bought... I mean, we can afford the house.
Yeah.
So we have enough money for the house. It's not like, it's our monthly payments or something is just outside of our range.
Right.
But it's one of those things where a lot of our money is going into the house.
Uh-huh.
So I probably shouldn't need another job, so we just have more money.
So are you trying to build up savings again? Is that what you're saying? Or what?
Or just to have more money to, spend, or in case something else comes up, or whatever.
That makes sense, but take it from me, if you have more money and no time,
Right.
that also sucks.
Well, and what I plan on doing, actually, is I plan on looking into... Now, this is going to sound dumb. I plan on looking into doing real estate.
Oh.
Because I find it interesting, and you can kind of work on your own time.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. Because of the price of houses now, and I'm assuming, in the future, unless we have another 2008 market crash or something.
Which I hope we will.
Yeah. Actually, I don't, because we just bought a house. So I'd be angry. But,
Well, yeah, but that was your choice.
no, I know.
So you shouldn't be angry at
That's
me
true.
that
That's
you
true.
decided to buy on a high.
That's true.
Buy high, sell low.
That's a good
Isn't
point.
that always what
That's
it
a
is?
good point, yeah.
Yeah.
Buy high, sell. For every house you sell,
Yeah.
you can make $4,000 or $5,000.
Yeah, you get a really good commission.
Yep.
But it's
So-
hard to sell a house.
No, it is.
Because
It
you
is.
have to convince people, hey, you want to spend $500,000 here.
Right. No, and that makes sense.
Also, for that kind of masking money, you should be getting $10K
Yeah.
as a commission.
But for a lot of people, though, they're like, yeah, I want to buy a house. And you're showing them houses.
Right.
And then eventually they just find one that they like.
Yeah, if I was buying this house, this here would be my personal touchy room. I would go in here with my laptop, I would whip
So
out...
touchy, bro.
I would whip out a Riley Reid video, and I would just...
And then you pull one out right there just to
Right
show them
here.
how it works.
Actually, this is the one I'd watch. You open your laptop, it's already loaded up on
This is a good one.
the tab. The wife's like, Michael, we should leave. And he's like,
The
no,
wife
hold on.
joins in.
He's like, hold on, Jane, hear the man out. You have to watch at least 2 minutes to see where it's going.
I want to see if this guy can last 2 minutes. Or, I want to see what this guy's... I want to see what he's saying.
See, real estate is ruined for me because I've watched a lot of what was it called?
HGTV.
No,
Oh, okay.
that sucks too.
Well, I'm not going to be the type of person that would walk into a house and tell the people, yeah, you really need to buy this house. To me, oh, right, yeah.
I've seen a lot of property sex videos.
Right, yeah.
Where the woman is a model and she sells the house, but she's like, I really need you to buy this house. I'll do anything.
That makes sense.
And so for me, I feel like I could not possibly be a real estate agent without offering that level
Without
of
dropping your
service.
pants?
Without offering that level of service or better.
Well, that makes sense.
If these girls are out here, they're selling houses
Yeah.
and they're offering that, who am I
Right.
to say, no, I can't
jeez.
do that. I have my dignity or I have whatever. I can't do that.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I just think that property sex ruined it for me. And I think I expect you to offer that same level of...
Well, who says I won't? I'll be selling a lot of houses.
That makes sense.
To
You
men.
have to get a real estate license, by the way, right?
Yeah.
And you have to go to a bunch of classes.
Well, I was looking it up. They require 3 classes to take, and then a test to pass.
And then you have to find a company that'll hire you.
Yeah. So I'm not sitting out here saying I am already a realtor, but I'm saying I was looking into it.
And you'd rather do that than history?
Well, this would be in addition to that.
Oh, okay.
Like, I would do my normal thing, and then that's why I said you can kind of work your own hours.
Uh-huh.
Because it's like, oh yeah, I have my main job. Like, I was even finding a broker or whatever that was saying, yeah, we're looking to hire anyone, even if you're working another job.
Well, yeah, but the only thing I will say is that you also have to line it up with what their availability is.
Yeah, no, wow. That makes sense.
Like, if you are constantly busy and their availability is busy, you're not going to sell a house to those people.
Well, the thing is, yes, but whenever you're a realtor, you don't really have to care about the company at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, basically, I'm, like, let's say you're buying a house, and I'm your realtor.
Yeah.
Right? Either I or you could send me a house, or me send you a house, whatever, and be like, hey, do you want to go look at this house?
Uh-huh.
I think this is kind of what you're looking for.
Uh-huh.
And then you'd say, yeah, I'd like to go look at the house. And I could be like, okay, I'm free at 6 tonight. Are you guys free at 6 o'clock? And then you'd say, yeah, we're free at 6. So then I'd set up a meeting for 6 o'clock that night.
Jill should do real estate.
So it's, you know, so I mean, that's the thing. You kind of work on your own time. Like, basically, you're finding houses for people. And it's whenever both of you are free.
Right.
You know, like, it's basically, yeah, I would like to see this house. Okay, let's figure out a time when we're free, and we'll go see it.
But do you have a favorite real estate property agent?
Yeah, probably.
Mine might be Armani Black.
She's a good one, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
You don't have any off the top of your head, no favorite property agents?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Let me see here.
Who is shooting at me? Oh, there's someone up on top. So why are they shooting at Sergeant Griggs?
I have no idea. Sergeant Griggs. I thought you said the N-word.
No.
I thought you said Sergeant N-words.
No.
I was trying to see if there are any other real estate agents I really like.
That makes sense.
While I cross my legs over here. Do you remember, by the way, this is going to be a very awkward question, but I want to know, and we're going to self-censor. Do you remember the first time you were in public and you had to cross your legs because you had a twin tower, but only one
twin
of them.
tower.
But only
a
one.
Single tower.
Yeah, you had the North Tower, you know, poking up,
right?
And you had to go. All right. And just kind of, hide the truth.
Hide the truth.
Yeah, you had to obscure reality from those around you.
I don't remember the first time I was in public, but I remember the first time I was in school.
Well, that counts.
Okay.
Because I remember mine, too.
Okay.
What happened? Oh, I am not imagining you as a teenager go.
Well, okay. The first time for me that I was actually in public that this happened, that I remember, is I was in class, and
yeah,
I was sitting down in class, and actually I can't say her name on this.
Was it the same girl?
A hot girl was sat down next to me in class, and her leg kind of brushed up against mine.
This is the same exact thing that happened to me.
Wait, really?
Have I told you this?
No.
Was it someone that starts with an L?
Last name with a K?
Yeah.
Yeah! Wait,
This is the same one!
Shit. What? Wait, really? Really?
Yes, I am not bullshitting you. This was the same girl.
What?
Boy, that girl has got to learn to, figure out personal space and where her legs are. Because this literally happened to me, where she used to be kind of flirty towards me. I don't know why. I think she was just flirty towards everyone.
Yeah.
I think she just had a very nice, chipper, flirty personality. And I now sound like a 90-year-old man. No wonder I didn't get any pussy back then. But, wow, hey! I sit
got
down,
a chipper personality.
I sit down, slap my knee. I put down the Sunday morning paper. Wow, you looking real chipper today, sport. Hey, did you catch the Knicks game?
Are you winning, son?
Immediately she gets up, asks the teacher if she can sit somewhere else, and I create this elaborate Twin Tower story to tell you about it. And then I call home. Mom, one of my two towers is showing.
My two towers.
Help! No, dude, like, she apparently did not understand personal space, because she, like, had her leg up, and then she put her leg down, and it ran down my entire leg.
What?
And then she was just like, oh, sorry. And she was wearing the shortest, tight little shorts of all time.
Oh, jeez.
And I don't feel bad saying this, because at the time I was, like, 15.
Well, yeah, you were basically the same age.
Well, I think she was 13.
Well, she's only 1 year younger than you.
Oh, was she?
Because she was in my grade. Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was the grade under you.
No, she's in my grade.
So I was either 15 or 16, and she was 14 or 15.
Right, yeah.
And I just remember being like, oh, jeez.
Right, yeah.
And it was like, luckily, though, there were these big black tables. I almost went somewhere else. Luckily, there were these big black you-know-whats to take care of it. No,
right.
There were these big black tables that we would sit under that obscured any possible view of my underling.
What? Yeah, right.
Yeah, my gentle minion was
right,
obscured.
you can kind of scoot forward a little bit. Yeah.
He was obscured by that massive table.
Right.
And so we were good, but it was close.
Yeah, mine was not her putting her leg down. Mine was...
Just her being there.
She just sat down.
But you literally just said her leg rubbed on you.
No, and it did.
Oh, okay.
It's because her chair was kind of close to mine. Who was shooting me from the
How'd her
side?
leg feel? You want to compare leg feelings?
It was very hot.
She went on to marry...
smooth.
Didn't she go on to marry an absolute asshole?
She went on to marry the only person out of that friend group that was ever nice to me.
Oh, I'm sorry. No.
His name starts with a T.
Yeah, okay. Got it.
Yeah, he was the only one that was ever nice to me, but there was a friend group of like 10, and they were all dicks.
To
okay,
you?
I'm sorry. They were all dicks to like everyone.
Including you?
Including me,
Oh.
except for this one person. He was always pretty nice to me.
Okay, so my understanding, though, was that this guy swooped in on that girl when she was with someone else.
I think so, yes.
And because this is people that T knows. These were T's friends. He was in that friend group.
Yes,
So
and
he
he
was
was especially rude.
He... That stupid bitch. What an asshole. I think he was the only other one that was nice.
Yeah.
But... Which is funny, because he doesn't really hang out with, like, any of those people anymore.
He hangs
But
out with a couple of them,
He
but
goes,
yes.
he goes and sees the one... So the guy who's... I'm going to call this guy Kevin. That's not
Okay.
his name. Kevin, who was dating that girl that we both got, our Washington monuments
Our Washington
were,
monuments.
showing around.
Yeah, right.
Kevin, who is dating that girl. The other guy, we're going to say his name is... I was going to say Trayvon. That could be problematic. We're going to say his name was Charlie.
Okay.
So Charlie was, like, texting that girl while they were together. And being like, hey, how are you doing? All this stuff. And, like, that's whatever. Like, if I were to text your wife and just be like, hey, hope you and Nate are doing good. Happy birthday.
Right.
Like, that's fine. But if
That's
I
one
was
thing.
but if I was being, like, weird about it, and then you guys all of a sudden were fighting, and I was like, you should leave him.
And he was like sending nudes.
Yeah, well,
He wasn't doing that.
I don't think
I'm
it went to
kidding.
that extent.
Right,
But if I was
no,
like, you
I
should
know.
leave him, you deserve better.
Right.
It's like, okay, it's pretty clear what you're doing here. Also, Vasquez over there, as you said his name, should get out of the way.
Vasquez.
Isn't that what you said?
Yeah, his name's Vasquez.
There's also, I think, Castillo over there, and you're like, Castello, get out of the way. But that guy, Charlie, was texting Kevin's girlfriend, like, hey, you should, you deserve better than that, like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, hey, you free to hang out or whatever? And Charlie and Kevin were good friends.
Yeah, that's what's weird about
That's
this.
the part
yes.
of it that's really bad.
Yes.
That's the part of it that's really shitty, is they were good friends. So it'd be
Yes.
like if you were dating your wife before you were married, and I was doing this, and I was like, hey, you deserve better, you want to hang out, blah, blah, blah. But you and I were buddies on the side, and you confront me about it, and I act like, no, man, there's, like, nothing's really going on. There's no issue here.
Right, yeah.
It's like, okay, well, you're lying, and you're being a dick. Because literally you just want to get with that girl. And it ended up causing so much friction, among other things, that they broke up. And then he immediately... Which one was Kevin and which one was Charlie?
Kevin, I think you said, is the one that is actually married now.
The one
To
that
this
swooped
girl.
in.
Yes.
He swooped in and started dating her immediately. And then that just ruined the friendship of him with Charlie. And
Right,
then, and
yeah.
then the two, they're not even friends anymore. They don't even talk anymore. They got in some huge, massive blow-up at each other. I don't know if you knew about this. But they got in a huge fight, and they just don't talk anymore. And Charlie moved away. Now he lives down south.
Right.
I think in either California or Florida. I'm going to be honest, I don't remember.
California's not south, but okay.
Of us?
I
California's
guess
not
it is.
south
I guess
of
it
us?
is south of us, but it's not considered the South.
I didn't say the South. I didn't
Okay,
say.
geez,
I didn't
okay,
say like.
sorry.
And then he declared himself Robert E. Lee, and he decided the civil rights movement was a joke. I said that he moved down south
Right.
of us.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't know why this is a problem.
I'm very sorry.
Why are you like angry about this?
I'm very sorry.
Jill said that she has a migraine.
Okay.
I was trying to tell her to come up and take some medicine. So he moved down south, and now I think he is getting married. I don't know much about that. Charlie down south,
Right.
not in the South though.
Not in the South.
I really don't want to get in trouble here. With you, the police of what is and is not South.
I have a map in my head at all times. It better be accurate. Oh, geez, I thought... Okay, what is... Like, why did I get a checkpoint?
At least you got a
If there's
checkpoint.
people here.
You got a checkpoint though,
Yeah.
so it doesn't matter.
What if the checkpoint's as I'm being shot?
Hey, by the way, can I mention I always liked those quotes.
Yeah,
Is that
same.
dumb?
No, it's awesome.
Well, that one was I don't know who, Robert someone.
That was Albert Einstein.
Oh, and it was as long as there's men, there will be wars.
Yeah.
I always thought those were cool. I think they started doing those in a really early Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that whole thing was just a nightmare. And the thing is, T was friends with both of these guys.
Right.
But now he's not really friends with the guy who swooped in anymore because he didn't really realize how slimy it was until later.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
I think he even went to their wedding.
He did, yeah.
And
he did.
then he found out later, like, just how slimy the whole situation was of, like, oh, this is kind of just mean.
Right.
You know, and that's what it comes down to is, like, is it illegal? No. Is it, you know, like a crime against humanity? No. But it's just mean to do to your friend.
Right.
I actually will say, even, too, if you... I don't believe in, like, that bro code crap of, like, well, you could never date your friend's ex. But, like, I do think if it's your best friend... I think that maybe you want to consider your priorities.
I think, yeah, I think there should be... Oh, jeez. Oh, wow, okay. I think there should be some considerations, because...
What's it called? Boundaries, not borders. Yeah, there should be boundaries.
Right. I mean, if it's fine with the other person, then I don't see a problem with it.
Right.
You know, like if, let's say, me and my wife broke up or something, and you two randomly just started hitting it off. Like, just literally randomly. And you were like, hey, I'm interested in her, do you mind? And let's say I didn't. Then I don't have a problem with that.
Well, and even if you did, and if for some reason my priority is her over you, okay, fine. But, like, still you're throwing away a friendship you had for a decade.
Right.
That's what he did. Is he threw away a friendship he had for a decade.
Yeah.
With this guy.
Right.
Like a good friendship, a close friendship. They were very good friends. I don't know if they were best friends, but they were very good friends. And so it's kind of one of those things where it's like, you got to think about your priorities here and how that makes you look to other people. That you're willing to throw away a friendship for 10 years because you think some other guy's girlfriend was hot. Because that's what it was.
Right.
It was, I think your girlfriend is hot, I want your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And
right.
there's so many women in the world, and men, that it's like, why can't you just find another one?
But this girl is hot. So therefore it's okay.
Right. And look, as somebody who literally had his Eye of Saruman awakened by... or Eye of Sauron, sorry. Awakened by that girl as my Sauron tower reached to the sky.
Your Orthanc?
Yeah, is that what it's called?
The Orthanc, or Orthanc, yeah.
I'm going to be honest, I'm not quite enough of a nerd to know that, but
I'm nerdy, yeah.
I do now, the think tank or whatever.
Right,
you
the
said.
think tank.
You know, I had that thing rise to the sky. So I understand there's some, you know, temptation there. I will say I think her sister was really hot too.
Yes, yeah.
Honestly, maybe hotter. I don't know. It's up for debate. We could have a debate on it.
Right.
But-
I've always... yes, I agree, but I've always been a fan of
The younger one?
this person, yeah.
We should see how their leg touching skills are for
That's true,
leg
yeah.
brushing.
They need to both come here.
Yeah. That's true. But yeah, no, I think that whole thing was just sad. So now T isn't friends with either of those. Or, well, no, he's friends with the guy, I don't want to say who got betrayed, but who was kind of treated poorly.
Right.
I think that's how it is. Like, the whole bro code thing I think is dumb. It's not like, oh, you betrayed me and you are a horrible person and you know, it's like you murdered my family. It's like, no, it's just, it's shitty.
It's douchey, yeah.
Yeah, it just makes you look bad, and it makes me wonder what your priorities were. It makes you look like a jerk. I don't know. I also think there's things more important in life than sex. And
right,
if you're just into a girl because she's hot, which was clearly what was going on there. Now, yes, they ended up getting married, so clearly they hit it off later. But the whole thing was just, she's hot. And if you're just into a girl because she's hot, and that's it, I don't know if that's really worth throwing away a decade-old friendship on, because there's a lot of girls out there that are hot.
Yeah, but who knows if you'll get those girls.
Right, but, like, yes, I understand that, but, like, everyone can get a girl.
Well,
Pretty much everyone can.
I mean, not everyone's the Denny's Grand Slam bass player.
That's
so
true.
That's the tough thing.
That's true. I'm basically... There's two types of people. You're the bass player. I'm the Denny's Grand Slam meal, because I'm fat.
Oh, okay.
But there's two types of Denny's Grand Slam. And then there's the type where, like, they're missing a little something. Like, they forgot to put the bacon in the thing. You know what
Right,
I mean?
yeah,
Like,
I get
they're
that.
missing a couple of pieces of bacon upstairs. But, no, I think that pretty much anybody can get a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever if they're willing to self-improve.
Right, yeah.
I mean, dude, people, this is gonna sound mean, but, like, not everything is surface level, dude. People who are paraplegics get married. And here's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they're worthless. I'm not saying that. Why are you laughing?
That's what it comes across.
But that's not what I'm saying.
Even paraplegics get married.
No,
Wow.
I'm saying, like...
I know what
people
you're
with
saying.
disabilities,
Right,
people
yeah.
who have special ed problems. Now, I'm gonna say within reason.
Right.
You know, I'm not talking like someone who's mentally a 4-year-old. I'm talking about people like who have autism.
There are people that are into 4-year-olds.
Or Asperger's, or any of these things. Like
Yeah.
any disability, mental, physical, whatever. You can find someone who loves you.
Sure.
No matter what
Right.
you are, what you have, anything. Like you have severe depression. You have, I don't know, PTSD. You have bipolar disorder. Like,
Right.
Those things count as the same thing as the paraplegic comment. It's not saying, like, oh, you're worth less, so, like, good luck, you have to find someone who settles. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that, like, you have different needs as a partner.
Right.
You do, and that's not offensive. I think it's hilariously... I'm going to say it. It's hilariously stupid. We've hit the point where it's offensive to say that somebody in a wheelchair is going to have different needs as a partner than somebody who got their arm blown off in Vietnam, or somebody who didn't have any of that happen but their dad used to beat them, or someone who had none of this happen at all. All of those people are going to have different needs as a partner, just like anyone who has none of that baggage at all, no issues, nothing, like 100% able-bodied, 100% mentally, zero issues at all, like no depression, nothing. Mm-hmm. Every partner is going to have different needs.
Right.
So, of course, people with, like, disabilities or mental trauma or anything are going to have other different needs. And there's so many of those people that are happy and fine and are either happy without a partner or have found a partner that also adds to their happiness.
Right, yeah.
I mean, it doesn't... You don't... People... My point is just people shoot themselves in the foot so much. They're always like, oh, woe is me. They just like mean guys. Everyone else can get this girl, that girl. It's like, dude, there is the internet now. You go on the internet, yes, it might take you a year. You will find someone.
Right.
You will.
Yeah, because you can do dating apps or whatever.
Yeah, it's so easy to meet people now. Now, I will say, we've lost some stuff too. It's harder to go to a bar and get a burger and meet a girl at the bar without getting accused of harassment or something.
Sure.
And I find that dumb too. Like, people are way too scared in real life to interact. I hate that.
Right.
Like, if you are at a mall and you think a girl is pretty, you shouldn't, like, go up and grab them by the, you know what. But if you want to say, like, hey, I think you're really pretty, can I have your number? And she says no, then you leave it alone.
Sure.
But if she said, you know, it shouldn't be like you're scared to go up and ask because she could say you harassed her or something.
Right, that's stupid. That's silly.
That's a problem too. And I hate that with the age of the internet and the age of all this bullshit. But I do think it's easier for anyone from any walk of life to meet someone because it is really hard for certain people, especially people with physical, I don't even know what you call it. Disabilities, I guess would be the nicest way to say it. To meet someone in real life. It was always hard for them because people look at them, and this is something they'll talk about. And I have a disability that's not visible because of my chronic pain issues and stuff. So, like, for me, I don't have to have someone judge me based on the look of my disability. Unfortunately, though, I just have a lot of people not believe me.
Right.
Because they'll say,
I can't see it.
I can't see it, so you don't have one. But the other end of that spectrum is people where it's like... And also, I'm not trying to talk too much here. I'm trying to save your voice a little bit.
No, that
I
makes
have something
sense.
to say. The other side of it, though, is people will just see a wheelchair. You know what I mean? You'll have someone in a wheelchair, and they will see the wheelchair.
Right, and they don't see a person.
And that's how they view you, as the person in the wheelchair. And that's horrible, too. And that's one of those things that makes it really hard for people with disabilities to meet someone in real life. And genuinely, what the internet really helps with in some ways is, you know, you can go online and look, if someone's so shallow that... It sounds mean. So,
Jeez.
If someone's so shallow that, like, they would love you as a person, but because you have one disability, they're like, no. Okay. Or maybe they're just not equipped to deal with it. Maybe
Right,
they're not
and
even...
yeah, right.
And that's fair. Maybe they're not shallow. Maybe they are just not equipped to deal with it in terms of, not that you're a burden, but in the same way that, like, I probably couldn't date a girl who had dissociative identity disorder. I just probably couldn't do it. Because mentally, I'm a bit of a mess myself.
Right.
So I probably couldn't do that because that would be too much for me to handle mentally, because I'm not equipped with the tools to deal with that, right? Maybe somebody's either shallow and they don't want you, or maybe they are mentally not equipped to deal with whatever your needs are as a partner. Maybe you are... well, I don't know. Even you. You know, you have had the issue before in your marriage with time. You know, the same as I have. Of like, okay, well, my wife works a lot. So now we want to spend time together. But I also want to play this game with my friend. But I also want to go to this person's house. And then it's like, you feel like, in a way, you have to be careful you don't come off as not valuing her.
Right.
Or someone else.
Right.
Well, maybe you're with someone who needs way more attention than your current wife does. Maybe that's not your personality. You're not equipped to deal with that. The same way that maybe I wouldn't be able to, you know, be equipped to deal with someone with a mental issue that I can't handle. That's fine. But the internet helps you weed that out. Mm-hmm. Like, it helps you get past that. Like, you can put in your bio, I lost my arm.
Sure.
Or I only have one hand. Or...
And then there's someone out there that's fine.
Yeah, and...
Like, yeah, whatever.
And the people who it's not will see that, and they will move on.
Yep.
And that sounds mean, but it is way better than going out and being rejected to your face because you're slightly different than other people.
Right.
I mean, that's a lot easier because you never see most of those people. Like the people who swipe right if you're into it, right?
I think so.
I don't
really know. I have no idea.
I actually never really did too many dating apps, but
I've never done it.
let's say that you are on Tinder and someone's like, I don't, for whatever reason, no. Maybe your nose is too big for me. I don't care. Okay, well,
jeez,
I don't know.
Racist.
I don't know. It's not racist. It's racist. You immediately thought of a race when I said that. That's what's racist.
No.
Why don't you check your privilege, white
No,
boy?
I'm like all the J.K. Rowling's haters. That's
I was
like
gonna say I'm like JFK. I was like, you still have a full head there.
it's like the J.K. Rowling's haters. That's like, well,
JFK Rowling.
she obviously meant Jews when she made the.
And you immediately thought of
Greek
Jews
gods
too, by the way.
people.
You immediately thought of Jews too, by the way.
No, I'm saying like
No,
this is what the
no.
people think, that they immediately think of Jews when they see the goblins in Harry Potter. It's like, well, you're the one that thought
But as soon
of
as I
Jews.
said somebody had a big nose, you were like, goblins?
Because that's the stereotype.
No.
Okay, got it. Okay.
How do you feel now?
I feel kind of dumb, actually.
Check in that room. Check in that room.
I'm looking for intel.
That's what I'm saying. Check in the room for
No.
no. You fucking pleb.
Okay, sorry.
No, I'm sorry. That was really mean to me.